Hello folks, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the race writing strategy. In this video we've got two objectives, so here's what you'll be able to complete by the end of this lesson. Objective 1, I can understand the RACE or RACE writing strategy. 2, I can use the CE in RACE to help me develop a well-written response about Tuck's perspective on life. Now, being able to use RACE correctly means that you can have structured and organized writing. This means that when you're making an argument, either spoken or in writing, you will get your point across clearly. In order to give us a quick introduction into this RACE strategy, we're going to watch a short video together. As you watch, think what is the RACE strategy? And how does it help me organize my writing?
R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E. It's a writing strategy. Okay, it's time for another lesson. This how you answer comprehensive questions. By starting with this writing strategy. 4 letters. R-A-C-E, 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 R-A-C-E. It's a writing strategy. R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E. It's a writing strategy. R. You gotta start by rewording the question. Don't forget about turning that question to a statement. Is when you answer a parts of the question, but don't forget to take your time, cause this may take a second. It's when you are citing all of your evidence, but be sure that every example you give is relevant. Is explained, tell us why your evidence flows and goes with whatever brilliant answer you wrote it with. Hey. Okay, it's time for another lesson. This how you answer comprehensive questions. By starting with this writing strategy. 4 letters. R-A-C-E, 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 R-A-C-E. It's a writing strategy. R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E, R-A-C-E. It's a writing strategy.
Boom. So, R-A-C-E, what does that stand for? Now that we've jammed out a little bit. Yep, that R and the A stand for restate and answer a specific part of the prompt or the question. The R and the A together, that makes your claim. Then we've got our C, which is cite textual evidence and or examples that can support your claim, which is again that R and the A. And E, explain how that evidence or examples support that claim. So RACE can help us answer any question by ensuring you have a strong claim, have evidence, and explain that evidence. So we're going to analyze each letter next. So, we're going to practice using a sample prompt based on the story of the 3 little bears. Now, I know that, it's kind of a kid's story, but we're going to use a simple example to help us understand this writing strategy. If you don't know that story already, that's fine too. What's most important is that we focus on how I'm modeling using RACE. So first, let's start by reading our prompt, example writing prompt in purple. Now, it asks, how does Baby Bear react to someone being in their home? Use textual evidence from the text to construct a well-written paragraph. Okay, so the prompt is asking us to do something here, and we need to restate the prompt or include part of the prompt in our response. Also, we need to answer the question in order to create a claim. Remember, a claim is a statement that we believe to be true. So if we look at this student's example in orange, Baby Bear shows surprise that someone has been in their home. So if we look back at the prompt and at the sample answer, did this person complete the R and the A part of RACE? Yep, they sure did. So boom, we've got our R and our A. Now we're going to need to help see how this student cited their text evidence and explained the evidence. So in order to have a strong claim, it is very important that you back it up with strong 3-star evidence. This is something we've practiced in other videos before. Let's check out how the student cites and explains their evidence while responding to the prompt. In the text, Baby Bear states, "Oh my, someone's been eating my porridge, and it's all gone." This evidence shows that Baby Bear was surprised because he was not expecting someone to have eaten his food while he and his family were gone. So we can see how the student included their evidence in quotations that help support their answer, and they explained how this shows that Baby Bear was surprised. So far, so good for the student. So this student knows they might need more than one piece of evidence, so they found another piece. Let's see how they cite and explain their second piece of evidence. Additionally, the narrator states, Baby Bear's jaw dropped and his eyes widened after seeing his broken chair. This shows how Baby Bear's physical reaction to finding his broken chair demonstrates surprise. He wasn't expecting it to be destroyed by a random person. So again, we can see they found their evidence and they put together their explanation of why that evidence supports their answer. We can also see they've used these sentence starters to help them get started and make sure that they have both the C and the E. So now we can see when we put it all together, we have a solid RACE or race paragraph with each necessary piece, right? We can see our restate, our answer. We've got 2 evidence citations and 2 explanations. So this week, you guys are going to practice using race to answer a writing prompt. All right, we will practice this all week. Let's dive right on in. So our prompt, the first step is always to read the prompt, is analyze or break down May and Tuck's perspective on life. Why do you think their perspective is different? Use the best evidence from the text to support your inference. So first, let's break this prompt down quickly. We need to figure out what is the task you are being asked to do. We'll use a do what chart. So first, let's start by listing all of the verbs or action words under the do column. Awesome. So we are being asked to analyze or break down, describe, and use. But now we need to figure out, what are we doing with each verb? What are we analyzing? What are we describing? And what are we using? Yep, so we're going to be analyzing May's perspective on life and Tuck's perspective, or in other words, attitude on life. We're going to be describing why May and Tuck think differently about life. And what are we going to be using? We're going to be using evidence from the book to support our answer. This last part is where the C and E of race will come into play. Now, since this is a pretty hefty task, we're starting today and finishing on Thursday. Plus, since you are the luckiest students in the world, your teachers are going to model using race by answering the part about May's perspective with you, or we'll show you how it's done, okay? And then you will analyze Tuck all on your own. So before we answer the question, we're going to go back to the text to find evidence that will help us come up with our answer. We're going to use the Steel organizer to gather some 3-star evidence as we read. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Remember, we, in this model, are focusing just on May. You will focus on Tuck on your own. Let's read, thinking about that 3-star evidence. Chapter 10, Part 3. It sounded rather sad to Winnie, never to belong anywhere. That's too bad, she said, glancing shyly at May. Always moving around and never having any friends or anything? But May shrugged off this observation. Tuck and me, we got each other, she said, and that's a lot. The boys, now, they go their separate ways. They're so different and don't always get on too good. But they come home whenever the spirit moves, and every 10 years, first week of August, they meet at the spring and come home together. So as we can be a family again for a little while. That's why we was there this morning. One way or another, it all works out. She folded her arms and nodded, more to herself than to Winnie. Life's got to be lived, no matter how long or short, she said calmly. You got to take what comes. We just go along like everybody else, one day at a time. Funny, we don't feel no different. Leastways I don't. Sometimes I forget about what's happening to us. Forget it altogether. Things just are, and fussing don't bring changes. Tuck, now, he's got a few other ideas, but I expect he'll tell you. There. The boys are in from the pond. Wow, so May speaks a lot in part 3 of this chapter, but we only want the speech that helps us infer what her perspective on life is. So you can see in red and yellow, I've highlighted the speech and actions that do that. So take a minute to read through the evidence we collected that I also put into the steel organizer, the speech and actions boxes. Based on this evidence, does May have a negative or positive experience on life? Yep, she has a pretty positive experience on life. So now we only want to pull 2 pieces of 3-star relevant evidence that helps us answer the question. So which 2 pieces of evidence best support the claim that May's perspective on life is positive? So we can see here, right, these 2 quotes, these 2 things that May said, best show us that she has a positive outlook on life. So now we can go back to race, we can use that evidence and use race to fully answer our question. So first let's start with our R and A. We're going to restate part of the prompt and answer a specific part of that prompt. For this model, we're just answering about May's perspective on life. So here we've got May's perspective on life is positive. Can you identify the R and the A in that claim? Cool. So let's move on to the C and the E of race. First, we need to cite the evidence we found earlier. Then we're going to explain how that evidence connects back to the claim. So you'll see our cited evidence in blue and our explanation in pink. In chapter 10, May states, Tuck and me, we got each other, she said. The boys come home together so's we can be a family again. This evidence shows that May has her husband and her children by her side. Being able to live with her family helped May develop a positive perspective on life. So you'll notice, right, we added textual evidence sentence starters to show that we're pulling the author's words from the text. So when you're writing, make sure you're also including textual evidence sentence starters in your race paragraphs. All right, so let's look at our other piece of evidence. Again, blue shows our evidence. Pink shows our explanation. Additionally, she calmly states, life's got to be lived, no matter how long or short. This evidence shows May's gratitude towards being alive and well. She appreciates being alive with her family, even if it's for eternity. All right, so now let's put it all together. Boom, we've got a solid race paragraph with 2 pieces of 3-star evidence. Take a second to read it all the way through. Do we have everything we need? Do we have 2 pieces of evidence? Did we explain both pieces of evidence? Do we have those textual evidence sentence starters? If so, then we're good to go. So now it's going to be your turn to do the same thing with Tuck. Here's what that's going to look like. You're going to go ahead to Canvas, Open English 6 and find the race writing assignment. You can actually also just click next on this video that's in Canvas. You are then going to see a Microsoft Word document open up. Now listen super carefully so you know how you can access it. First, you're going to click Edit Document towards the top. Then, when the drop-down menu comes up, you're going to click Edit. After that, you should be able to type. Like I said earlier, we're going to continue working on this on Thursday, so do not hit Submit quite yet until you've completed our Thursday lesson. All right, so do not hit Submit until you've completed the Monday classwork and the Thursday classwork. Step 1 of this assignment is to read the writing prompt and Chapter 12 of Tuck Everlasting. So you'll see here we've got the writing prompt in purple, and then you have Chapter 12 in blue. Step 2 is to gather 3-star evidence that answers the writing prompt. All right, so as you read, think about that 3-star evidence. Then down at the bottom where it says Step 3, you're going to type your 3-star evidence here, just focusing on the S, the speech of Steele. So 3-star evidence that shows what does Tuck say that answers, that answers our writing prompt. All right, so you're looking for at least 2 pieces of evidence. That's all you're typing in the orange box. And then boom, you've finished your Monday classwork. We will come back to this on Thursday. So stop at that pink line. You all are amazing. Let us know if you have any questions as you complete this work. Y'all are the bomb. Have a wonderful rest of your day.